Hey there, welcome back to Blender. In this lecture, we are going to learn about the 3D window. Before we actually create anything in Blender, we need to understand the 3D window. This is where we create a scene. To begin, we should understand the basic concepts of creating anything in computer graphics. The scene may be static or animated. In either case, the scene is rendered to make a computer image in the case of a static scene, or to create a computer animation in the case of an animated scene. Images are rendered to a number of file formats, such as JPEG or PNG, while animations are rendered into video files. The window comprises of a main window, a tool shelf, and a number of buttons which may be very handy in the coming tutorials. The default 3D window contains a cube object, a lamp, and a camera. Without the lamp or camera, nothing will render, which makes sense, since if there is no light, nothing to see anything, and it makes it difficult to shoot. The tool shelf panel can be hidden by pressing T. Apart from this, there is a default object properties window which is hidden by default. To view the object properties window, press N. This will give you information of the object you have selected. We will not go deep into this, but it's just for brief information. In the coming tutorials, we will be learning in detail about how to use this object properties window. Again, to toggle this, press N. Remember that in the 3D window, we are seeing a three-dimensional representation of a world. The square grid in the scene represents the horizontal midplane of the world. The green line on the grid is the y-axis. The red line is the x-axis. The vertical line is the z-axis. If you look at the lower left corner of the window, you will see this axis displayed. The red, green, and blue arrows in the cube objects are a 3D manipulator, which is a device for moving the object about the scene. This will be discussed in detail in later, but for now we will use it to move the cube. Just left click on the arrow and move it in the direction you want. In this way, you will be able to move the cube in specified transformational direction. We move the cube so that you can see the small circle with the crosshair. It looks like a target. You click anywhere on the scene and this target relocates. Now, if you were to introduce another object into the scene, the object would be located at the location of this target. Remember, this target specifies where the object will be created. The cube object is called a primitive, which is one of the 10 basic shapes available in Blender. To add a primitive, go to Create and select the shape you want. We have many primitives here, like the plane, cube, circle, UV sphere, and so on. Just like I said, just put the target wherever you want and select the object to be created. Just like, for example, now I want to create a UV sphere. So I'll click on UV sphere and the object will be created where I kept my target.